Okay, Peter, I haven't seen you since Japan.
Nice to see you again.
I'm sure.
You can say it's nice to see me.
It's nice to see you too, Peter.
It's been more than a month since the re-election announcement. Is President Biden going to hold a campaign event ever?
So I will say this to you, Peter. As you know, we follow the rule of law here. We believe in following the rule of law as it relates. Hold on. As
Not
it relates.
asking you to weigh in on the impact of the
I'm
election,
about-
just his schedule.
I'm-
You'll have to
I'm-
schedule around
I'm-
rallies.
I'm about to answer your question here as it relates to anything that is connected to the campaign, any rallies, any events, any endorsement, anything that is connected to the 2024 reelection that is not going to certainly come from here. That is going to come from his campaign or the DNC or the DNC.
So you can't say if he will be campaigning for re-election.
I'm just not going to comment from here
And then
on 2024 reelection.
another story.
The Hatch Act does exist.
A group of experts now say that AI poses an extinction risk, right up there with nuclear war and a pandemic. Does President Biden agree?
What I can say, you're speaking to the letter that was provided today, made public. And so, look, the president and the vice president has been very clear on this as it relates to AI. It is one of the most powerful technologies, right, that we see currently in our time. But in order to seize the opportunities it presents, we must first mitigate its risk, and that's what we're focusing on here in this administration. As you know, the AI, we brought some CEOs here recently that the president and the vice president hosted to the White House to reiterate their responsibility for these specific companies, have to ensure that products are safe before they are released to the public. And so I will leave it there. I know there's a letter that went out today from Elon Musk and CEOs. I will let the public read that letter. But again, we have been very clear on that, how companies need to be responsible as it relates to AI.
It's been months.
Great.
Thanks, Green. Following up on the question about Erdogan and President Biden's call, yesterday the president said that when it refers to Sweden's membership in NATO, we're going to talk about it next week. Do they have another call scheduled? Do you know what that refers to?
No, I don't have a call to read out to you at this time.
Okay, and then Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
But let me just say, as I just stated, the president did bring that up in their conversation.
Sure. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said late last week that he would take an aggressive approach to issuing pardons to January 6 rioters if elected to higher office. Given the recent sentencings of members of the Oath Keepers, including 18 years in prison for leader Stuart Rhodes, who DOJ called the architect of the plan to storm the Capitol, do you have any comment on that proposed use of clemency?
So look, I'm going to be very, very careful because he is a candidate in the 2024 presidential election. So I'm going to be really mindful to not respond directly to the governor in this case. But we've been very clear. We've been very clear. This president has been very clear as it relates to January 6th. It was one of the darkest days in our democracy, and we need to get to the bottom of what happened. As we know, there were law enforcement officers that were injured, that were harmed, and what we saw was devastating. On that day was devastating. So we need to get to the bottom of this, but I'm certainly not going to respond directly to a 2024 presidential candidate. Yeah. Okay. One more. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So Elon Musk is in China today, meeting with the foreign minister, announcing new investments. In November last year, the president said that Elon Musk's relationship with foreign countries are, and I quote him, worth looking at. So is the administration looking at Elon Musk's relationship with China, and what conclusions does it
I
draw?
just don't have anything to add. Go beyond what the president said. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.